Good morning. In Political Science for Class 12th, we are continuing the chapter Challenges to Nation Building. And today, the topic that we are covering is in continuation of the previous topic, government's approach towards the merger of princely states into Union of India. So, that is like this. I will tell you the meaning of instrument of accession. What is it? Children, this is a document called instrument of accession that is to be signed, that was to be signed rather, by the rulers of princely states that made them agree to merge with Union of India. Okay, so that document had to be signed if they wanted to be the part of India. Who? The rulers of the princely states. Okay, and this was done, or the preparations were ready much before 1947. Okay, when we got the independence. And before 1947, August 15, nearly all the states whose territories were contiguous to the new boundaries of India agreed through peaceful negotiations to merge or to be with the part of Union of India. Okay, especially those whose territories were merging, connecting with Union of India, new boundaries of independent India. So they had agreed. But some princely states were such that took long time to agree, to be convinced to sign this instrument of accession. So today we are taking the states, princely states of Junagadh, Hyderabad and Manipur that were difficult to be convinced to do so. Okay. First we take the state of princely states of Junagadh. This problem of merger was solved after a plebiscite. Children, plebiscite means that is the opinion of the people over the merger or over or to be the part of any one of the two states. States here, the countries. So plebiscite is the opinion of the people which is asked what do they want. They want to be with this country or that country. That is, okay, opinion related to this situation is called plebiscite. Alright, what is it? Plebiscite. So the plebiscite was sorted out and that was helpful in merging Junagadh with Union of India. Okay, and the opinion of people was in favor of Union of India. And it was also there in the air that Nawab of Junagadh was conspiring with Pakistan, and that became known to people, and they rose their voice against this, and they seeked this plebiscite, which was in favor of India, government of India, and against the Nawab. So that happened. Then we take the next state, princely states, that is Hyderabad. Hyderabad is the state that was at that time the largest princely state, and many of its parts are now the part of Maharashtra, Karnataka also, and that also created problem or took time to be convinced. And the Nizam of Hyderabad was the richest person in the world. Okay, and he was also not willing to unite with Union of India, and he was more interested in having independent state, neither with Pakistan nor with India, but he was supported or getting support from Pakistan. But some say that he wanted to merge with Pakistan, but no, what is officially known, that is he wanted to have his own independent state. But as geographically it was the part of India, okay, so the circumstances were such that a sign, okay, or a settlement was to be signed. And what is that? The name of that settlement is standstill agreement. Standstill agreement, okay, that was signed in 1947. Let it be like this only, okay, standstill, neither this side nor that side. But as you know, his intentions were not to be with the part of India, so he was not in a mood to merge with Union of India, and for this reason he violated this agreement many times, okay. And people went against this idea of Nizam, and they rose against him and went for the movements. They revolted against him, and this revolt was joined by other parties also, like Hyderabad Congress, women, and communist parties also. And Nizam responded this by unleashing a paramilitary force known as Razakars on the people that were going against him, and they were very cruel. They murdered, looted, and especially the targets were non-Muslims. And the central government had to order the army to control or tackle this situation. Then ultimately in September 1948, the Nizam surrendered and Hyderabad became the part of India. Now we take the other state, that is Manipur. Manipur was the princely state that was ruled by Maharaja Bodh Chandra Singh, and he signed the instrument of accession with the government of India on this assurance that the internal autonomy would be maintained. Okay, you remember the approach of the government was here in some areas to be flexible in some areas, or to give autonomy to some states. So that was applied here. So he was assured that the internal autonomy will be maintained and he will be ruling that state. But the people of that state were not willing to do this, and under their pressure he had to hold the elections. And then elections took place on the basis of universal adult franchise. And in this way Manipur became the first part of India in 1948 that had democratic elections, and in this way Manipur became the constitutional monarchy. Constitutional monarchy means the monarch is not unlimited, he is not having the powers unlimited, okay. And then legislative assembly, that was having many political parties, and they wanted to merge with India. There were two different opinions. One wanted to be with India, the others wanted to remain like autonomous state. But again, the government of India succeeded in convincing Maharaja by pressurizing him to sign without consulting the popular government or the parties in the legislative assembly. He signed this instrument of accession, and people and their representatives in the legislative assemblies were not consulted. So this was not liked by them, and still some people are not very happy with the state government. Sometimes it is seen also, but ultimately the situation is under control. Thank you.